From Illinois Public Media News, this is 217 Today. I'm Kimberly Schofield. It's Monday, August 26th. Coming up, we'll listen to a conversation with one of the alumni of Project 500. That story in just a few minutes, but first, these headlines. Today is the first day of class at the University of Illinois, but some first-year students are disappointed with housing that lacks privacy and natural light. IPM's Reginald Hardwick reports.
Emily Lagunas is a first-year student majoring in early childhood education. She's sharing a windowless student lounge inside Florida Avenue Residence Hall with 3 other roommates.
One side there's 2 bunk beds and same on the other side, with in the middle there being 4 wardrobes.
The U of I says the number of first-year students who signed contracts for dorm rooms was larger than anticipated. Political science major Riley Graves says not knowing when she'll move to a regular dorm room is frustrating.
We don't know anything about how long we're going to stay in here. I've heard rumors from about a month to a full semester.
Many resident assistants are also sharing rooms with first-year students. Reginald Hardwick, IPM News.
Illinois Democrats are targeting swing states now that they've gone home from the Democratic National Convention. Alex Degman reports.
Illinois is seen as a safely Democratic state, so some of the state's top Democrats say it's time to talk to people in Wisconsin and Michigan. Here's Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton.
No one thinks that this is just something that we can do right here in Illinois. We have to get up, get out, and engage with voters.
Stratton says she's going door knocking after a brief post-DNC rest. State Senator Jacqueline Collins has a similar plan.
Probably travel to Wisconsin to knock on some doors or do a phone bank. Wherever I'm needed, I'm willing to work and hit the streets.
Volunteers will likely target independents and registered Democrats who don't vote frequently. I'm Alex Degman.
A Green Party candidate will not qualify for the general election ballot in Illinois' 13th congressional district. The Illinois State Board of Elections ruled on Friday that Chibu Osonye did not gather enough signatures to qualify as a third-party candidate. The Urbana resident had hoped to qualify for the U.S. House district that covers most of the Metro East. Osonye reported gathering more than 1,500 signatures earlier this year. That's more than double what's required of either incumbent Democrat Nikki Budzinski or Republican challenger Joshua Lloyd. However, the state legislature holds third parties to a higher standard if they weren't on the ballot in the previous election. Osonye would have needed more than 12,000 signatures. Still to come, we'll listen to a conversation with one of the alumni of Project 500. That story is coming up next on 217 Today.
Next time on the 21st show, it's been 3 years since Illinois State University grad student Jelani Day went missing and was found dead. His family still doesn't know what happened. We'll talk through the latest on the case and have a broader conversation about how the authorities respond when the people who go missing are Black. I'm Brian Mackey, and that's next time on the 21st show. Join us.
You're listening to 217 Today. I'm Kimberly Schofield. First years start classes today at the University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign. They're the first students admitted since the Supreme Court struck down race-based affirmative action. It's also 56 years since Black students were first recruited and admitted to U of I in significant numbers in an effort called Project 500. When they arrived on campus in 1968, they learned the university wasn't prepared to house them. IPM's David Pierce spoke with one of the alumni of Project 500, Leroy McCrae.
Can you walk me through what happened at the sit-in?
They were not prepared for us and didn't have adequate accommodations for everyone. There were sisters that were sleeping in laundry rooms, in female dorms, sleeping on cots in the basement. And that was a concern of ours. And we brought that to the university. There were people that didn't have adequate financial aid, and we brought that to the university. Negotiations. Jeffrey Roberts was president of the Black Student Organization at that point in time. Him, James Addison, and some other brothers. And they were talking to the university about fixing these problems and other things that we had, curriculum problems, that type of thing. Negotiations failed, and we wanted to talk to the chancellor because you start at the bottom when you talk to people before you get to the head of the situation. And we never did. Chancellor wouldn't meet with us or none of that. So we decided to have a sit-in, peaceful sit-in, until the chancellor showed up, which was at the student union. We sat. No chancellor. Instead, we got the police. At that point, and during that era, black folks getting beaten in the head so much, yes, we broke off table legs to defend ourselves. All right? Now, that standoff comes, and on the loudspeaker, we are told, let the women out. Because we weren't, the men were not going out there. We weren't going to fight the police. We just weren't moving, right? But we got to the point where they were going to let the females out and let them go to their dorm rooms. Nope, that didn't happen. We let the females out, they loaded them up in U-Haul trucks and took them to jail.
What do you think it says about the university where they're trying to do this affirmative action program, do right by black people, given the nation's past? They allow BSA to bring 500 students down here. They do that. They don't quite have their ducks in a row, though. But they respond by getting the police to arrest you all. How would you say that reflects on the U of I?
It doesn't reflect on the U of I. All right? That's more of a reflect on society itself. The university is made up of people that deal with this society, that make up this society. So that was a part of this society as a whole. Right? There were, I had instructors that tried to fail me. So you can't say the university. You have to say society, and that's what happened. Society failed us.
That was Leroy McCrae, who was admitted the first year the University of Illinois recruited black students in significant numbers. He was speaking with IPM's David Pierce. And finally, in your forecast, meteorologist Andrew Pritchard says today will be mostly sunny with a high of 92 degrees, heat index values between 100 and 105 degrees. That's it for today. 2 and 7 Today is produced by Stephanie Mosqueda. Reporting today contributed by Reginald Hardwick, Alex Degman, Will Bauer, and David Pierce. Music by the Kilbourne Alley Blues Band. Reginald Hardwick is our news director. I'm Kimberly Schofield. 2 and 7 Today is a production of Illinois Public Media. Thanks for listening, stay safe, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow.